What's up, fam? Extraordinary Life with Elijah. And guys, God is doing so much in my life that it's actually becoming difficult to know what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. It is really helping me understand the person of Jesus more, and that he said he only did what he saw the Father doing. He only said what he heard the Father saying. That's making so much more sense to me because God is saying and doing so much every week that when it comes time to making my videos every week, there's so many things that I could pick from what to say or what not to say. Man, it is increasing my hearing with him so much. So you guys are watching this video on Sunday, September 3rd, 2023 at 10:50. Last week, pressed into encouraging and comforting you guys. And out of that, as I prayed through the last little bit of the portion that I shared about how Jesus is teaching me this new insight on when he says, pick up your cross every day, deny yourself and follow me, that there is that component of sanctification and dealing with the fleshly sides of my mind and my life. True that. But it's more so about everything that he did yesterday. All of these things will be added to you as well, components of my life that God has added to my account through a single-minded, wholehearted pursuit of his kingdom and his righteousness. So today is a process of saying, I choose to deny myself all of the connection to the beautiful things of yesterday, putting all of that behind me and then pressing on into what God has that's new of his glory today. So it's about denying myself in the areas of glory and of increase in all these things will be added to you as well, to maintain that pure-hearted focus before God in seeking first the kingdom and his righteousness, the end. He's poured on more. There's more glory, more insights. And so in today's video, the encouragement is new insight into the reality of what it means to let your life be planted in Christ every day and to taste death on his account every day. Right after this video, I'm recording the deep dive on the graphic that I created for Extraordinary Life. Guys, oh my gosh. My father is insane. He is so brilliant that I can't wrap my mind around what he does. And it's so simple for him, so simple, but it's so glorious. It's amazing. And all of it, all of what I'm getting ready to record, to release to you as a first work is flowing out of taking the seed of my idea, the seed of my vision, and letting it die. When I was recording the announcement video for Extraordinary Life with Elijah, I had a whole section where I drew out a super quick overview of everything that the graphic for Extraordinary Life with Elijah means. It's about 12 minutes long. As I was editing the video, God prompted me and said, do not include that in the edit. Man, I really wrestled with it because I had recorded a lot. I intentionally sped through it to record all the stuff of that God and I have intended in the graphic. But he said, don't submit that in your video. I said, man, I finagled that edit like crazy to cut all of that out and make it just a quick, here's the graphic, boom. If you want to hear more about it, let me know down in the comments to do a deep dive on it. I think that's what I said. But right after that, Tori, you blew my mind. Tori is my extra. I am the ordinary. Tori, you have always blessed my life in God with your gentle, passionate, authentic pursuit of the person of God. Ever since you were in youth group, as a junior higher, you have been a very mature woman of God, gentle and quiet, that your beauty in Christ and your beauty as a woman in our community has just always been captivating. And so your honest pursuit of me, your honest pursuit of what God was doing in me, ignited all of the fruit in the declaration of what this channel has become came from you. I placed the seed of my vision of what God gave me in you, and you multiplied enough fruit from the one seed of my idea to push me 3.5 years into the future. Fam, this has been the basis of unlocking this reality in me of what it means to die daily with Jesus. Death has done an amazing job of horning in on Jesus's heart and trying to trick us, deceive us into believing that Jesus's words, his emphasis is on death. Die daily. Well, that sounds really disgusting and hard. I don't know if I want to die daily. That sounds kind of bad. It is. And that's where the new revelation has come with Jesus. That Jesus said that unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it will not bear much fruit. But if it does, it will spring up to yield 30, 60, 100 fold. Whoever tries to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. The new reality is that every day that I take the seed of my life, that I take the revelation that God has given me, the word that he's released to me, and I take that and I plant it in the ground of death. Dying to self is our responsibility. Reward is our Father's responsibility. The thing that he asks me to do is to take up my cross daily, to plant my life in the ground of death with Christ, submitting my life before Christ. That's what I get to do. I get to die to myself. I get to die to self-protection. I get to die to self-promotion. I get to die to self-awareness. I get to die to self. I get to die to myself in order to serve you, in order to serve our Father. And as I do that, as I lay my life down and I choose to die daily, that's my responsibility. Our Father is responsible for rewards. Those who come to God must first believe that he exists and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So seeking God by faith has two parts. Believe that he does exist and that he rewards people who diligently seek him. Reward is central to pursuing God by faith. And so I'm pursuing him with everything that's in me by faith, the most faith that I've ever exercised before. And the reward day by day is so incredible that I have to ask God for grace to be able to stand up under the glory of the things that God is imparting to me. When Jesus says that he gives us life and life more abundantly, guys, every week feels like I live like a lifetime with Jesus. Last Sunday, my last video, it feels like a lifetime ago, and it was only 7 days. The amount of things that I talk through with Jesus, the things that he tells me about the future, the beauty that he lets me experience in relationship, the insights that he gives me into creation and the things that are around me, the things that are doing. It's so much. It's so overwhelming that my constant prayer with him has become, God, give me grace to be able to stand up under the glory of the things that you're releasing to me. I've never prayed anything like that in my life. It's always been a matter of like, God, please share your glory with me. God, please give me an insight. God, please don't hate me, a horrible sinner, a great big sack of poo at the foot of the cross. Hide me behind the cross. All of you, none of me. All of that is going away. And my constant prayer is, God, give me grace to be able to stand under the weight of the glory of the things that you're giving to me. And so the process of dying daily, taking my life and letting it fall before God, planting my life in him with Christ in the finished work of his death and burial on the cross. That's my responsibility, to die daily, to take up my cross and deny myself. That's my responsibility in loving people that I find hard to love, in being kind to people who mistreat me, in not listening to the lies of darkness and to uphold the truth of God. Whatever it is that I say, no, I will not give in to those thoughts. I choose to die. That's my responsibility. Watch me exercise my authority, Satan. I'm going to burn my life down. And God raises me up in the resurrected power of Jesus. Every day, that God's intent in that is that out of that response, that his responsibility of reward brings 30, 60, and 100-fold effectiveness in the kingdom in my life. Why would you not want to die daily? That sounds like the best thing I've ever heard. And so as of now, you guys will have already, obviously, 3.5 years ago, engaged the extraordinary life graphic deep dive with Elijah. Insanity. How did God do that? I have no idea. It blows me away. But it's so simple for him. That is so far below the full expression of his glory in accomplishing the impossible. It's laughable. It tells me that I'm incredibly immature. But I have a Father who's being so kind with me to hide himself in such childish ways to draw me out further into who he is. If you couldn't tell, I'm a little bit fired up. My Father is so mind-blowingly incredible. Sometimes I have no idea how to express my joy. It's inexpressible. But here's what I know in moving forward. By faith, I declare out of the character of who God is, not out of who I am and what we've accomplished, out of the character of who God is. Though everything that we have accomplished together in the last 3.5 years, that God is going to so far supersede what he has already done in the next season of time that we'll look back on the first 3.5 years of our time together and wonder if he did anything in those first 3.5 years at all. And you know that he has done some insane stuff. That's what made the transition so hard. That's what made my video of Friday, February 14th, 2020 so difficult to make. I was looking forward in time and longing for all of the things that he would do that I hadn't seen yet, and just longing with everything in me for him to do those things. And then he started to do it. He started to fulfill his word. And then 3.5 years of mind-blowing experiences together. And then bam, August 17th, 2023 to lay it all down. Hard stop. That we laid it all down, and there's that, it died. Something's ended. No, we planted a 3.5 year grown seed in the ground. And now God is starting. He's already starting to germinate the next thing, the next expression of his glory. And it will be so much greater. We'll wonder if we saw him work in the first 3.5 years at all. That's our dad. That's what he does. And so, I just want to encourage you guys. August 17th, 2023. It's a big moment. It matters. Difficult things matter. But there is so much more of God's infinite person to experience that I know we haven't yet even begun. I'm recording this video. What is the date? I'm recording this video on Saturday, March 7th, 2020 at 8:47 in the evening. I had 2 contracts that fell out of contract for ridiculous reasons. Almost $1 million in property lost today. Clients incredibly frustrated. A very difficult day. I've struggled all day to make this video. I feel like everything has been trying to stop me from making this video. I'm looking to the future, 3.5 years in the future, to play this for you on Sunday, September 3rd at 10:50 in the morning. And I'm declaring 3.5 years into the future. We haven't even done anything yet, but by faith, I know God's gonna supersede it all. It's my declaration for you. This is a word that I have stewarded and grown, prayed over, watched over and over, that it has sustained me through 3.5 years. I am believing God out of the character of who he is, that he will so far supersede everything that he has done in the last 3.5 years that we will wonder if we saw him do anything at all. I have no idea what that is, but I'm speaking it into existence. I'm planting the seed in the ground. I'm dying to myself, dying to my insecurity. I'm dying to my doubt. I'm dying to the loss of today. Almost $1 million in property loss today. All of the threats. Where's God's provision? Where is God in this? How is that just? These are good people. All of it. Taking it all, pushing it aside, punching a hole in the ground, and I'm planting a seed, and I'm saying, God will supersede everything that he has done in the last 3.5 years. What a good daddy. What a good daddy. Now, if you subscribe to what I am doing, hit the button, hit it, and then get it. Hit the bell as well so that you get notified with the new content. And if you loved this video, you didn't like it, you didn't just like it, I liked that. That was neat. That was fun. No, you didn't like it, you loved it, hit the thumbs down button. I pray blessings on our lives together. Man, life together is the best. It's the best. I love you lots, and I will see you in the next video. And now, while still rolling, I'm going to turn on my overhead camera because we are about to deep dive into the graphic of extraordinary life. And I will tell you what, to date, that's how I have the faith to declare this stuff. To date, it has been the most insanely overwhelming display of God's power in community that I have ever experienced. Pause. My camera settings are all messed up. Be right back. And I'm back. So, just did a property video tour for Sean and Brett. Sean and Brett, if you're watching this, you guys are amazing. You are a stinking power team. Thank you so much for firing me up, encouraging me, pouring gas on my fire, and being authentically yourselves. You are amazing. Totally my extra. I was the ordinary. Thank you for firing me up. That's why my camera was still all messed up. Just got done shooting your property. You guys are sick. So, that all being said, it is now time to rage the extraordinary life graphic deep dive. Holy cow, holy wow. Dad, you're awesome. Here we go. What's up, guys? That's not how I start these videos.